Hello students, before we start our chapter, I would like to request you all to watch our introductory 2 videos given by me so that you will be clear about the 3-step strategy to do Dhamaka in physics exams. We have given the videos in the description box, or you can just click on our videos displayed at the end of this video for either introductory 2 videos or the next videos. Okay then, let's enjoy physics by Mr. Patel, who has a long, profound experience of 29 years of teaching physics in Sainik School, Balachand.
Motional EMF, the electromagnetic force from Faraday's law. The EMF induced across the ends of a conductor due to its motion in a magnetic field is called the motional EMF. This is the magnetic field right angle into the plane of the paper, and this is the conductor. When we move with the velocity v, with the constant velocity, the EMF is induced in the conductor PQ. So current flows and the circuit like this is correct. This is the direction of the current on the. It can move smoothly without any friction. There is no loss of energy due to friction. Consider a straight conductor moving in a uniform magnetic field, uniform and time independent. The magnetic field doesn't change with the time, it is constant as time passes. The figure shows the rectangular conductor PQRS. This is PQRS, is a rectangular conductor, correct, in which the conductor PQ is free to move. This is free to move on this track or train, just like the track, toward the left with a constant velocity v. It moves with a constant velocity v towards the left, as shown in the figure. Assume that there is no loss of energy due to the friction. There is no loss of energy during the friction. There is no friction when the PQ conductor moves on the track, correct. PQRS forms a closed circuit enclosing an area that changes with the as PQ moves, correct. This PQRS forms a closed circuit. It is a closed circuit, and the area of this, that is PQRS of this area of this, that is the length into x. That x changes as it moves towards the left with the velocity v. So area changes. When area changes, naturally the flux will also change. Number of magnetic lines of force cut with the circuit will change. So induced EMF will be generated. It is placed in the uniform magnetic field B, which is perpendicular to the plane of this system. If and it is downward, if the length PQ is equal to x and RS is equal to L, then the magnetic flux phi B enclosed by the loop PQRS will be given as phi B is equal to BA. Flux is equal to B dot A, we know. The area is Lx. Since x is changes with the time, the rate of change of flux according to Faraday's law is equal to the induced EMF. So x changes, so area will also change. So phi is equal to d phi by dt is equal to minus d by dt of BLX. BL is constant, x changes as it moves towards the left with a constant velocity v. That is equal to minus BL dx by dt. dx by dt is the velocity, that is BLV, that is the. Thus dx by dt is equal to minus v, because v is in decreasing direction of s. Velocity is in this direction and x decreases in this direction. So called the motional, the induced EMF BLV is called the motional EMF because it induces due to the motion of the conductor in the magnetic field, which is constant, time independent, doesn't change with the time. Thus EMF is induced by moving a conductor instead of changing the magnetic field by changing the magnetic flux. So anyhow, we have to change the magnetic flux. So here magnetic flux we are changing by changing the area, correct. Or if you change the magnetic field, here magnetic field is constant. If you change the magnetic field, that is magnetic lines of force linked with the circuit changes, then also induced EMF changes. Here we are changing the magnetic flux by changing the area. Now induced EMF by Lorentz force. We have seen that induced EMF by Faraday's law, that is E is equal to d phi by dt. Here we will use Lorentz force. As the arm PQ moved, same figure, as arm PQ moves with a constant velocity speed v towards the left, the free electrons of PQ also move. The electrons in this free, they also move. As the conductor moves, naturally the whatever body inside that will move. So electrons also moves. Ions also, positive ions also will move. So electron will exert the force and move towards the upward, that is towards the P. The positive charges, they will move towards the Q, correct? So the current will flow, this is a positive charge, they move like this, the current will flow as we have seen earlier. The electrons of PQ also move with the same speed towards the left. The electrons experience a magnetic Lorentz force Qm given by the equation already we have studied. The QV, V is the velocity of the charged particle and the charge of the particle is Q, magnetic field is B in which it is moving. So according to the Fleming's left hand rule, this force acts in the direction QP and hence the free electrons will move towards the P, correct? A negative charge accumulates at the P. So negative charge will, the electron has moved towards the P, the negative, this end will become the negative. Here there will be accumulation of negative charges, here there will be accumulation of positive charges. It will act like the battery terminal, correct? Charge accumulated at P and the positive charge at Q, and electric field E is set up. So electric field E will be set up. This is a positive, this becomes positively charged and P becomes negatively charged. So electric field will be positive to negative, that is Q to P. This is the direction of electric. So force which is in this direction, that due to Lorentz force and the electric force, E is equal to, if charge is Q, then QE, F is equal to QE. This will happen, continue till both the forces they are equal or balances. Correct? This field exerts a force F is equal to QE on the free electrons. The accumulated ion of charges, correct, at the two ends continues till these two forces balance, that is they become equal. They balance each other, that is EQ becomes equal to QVB, and this QVB force in this direction, Lorentz force QVB, that becomes equal to the electric force E, that is EQ. All charges experience the same force in the magnitude and the direction, irrespective of their position in the rod. All charges, all electrons and all positive charges, they experience the same force. Work done in moving the charge from P to Q, the force moves the charges. So work done in moving the charges from P to Q, that is given by the force into distance, that is L. This distance is L. We know already, we have studied in 11th, that is work done is equal to force into distance, correct? So work done is equal to F into L. The F into, that is displacement L. It is a dot product. Work done is a scalar and the force is a scalar dot product of two vectors. F and L are the vectors, W is the scalar. So W is equal to QVBL. Force is equal to QVB. What is the Lorentz force? QVB. As already we have seen, this Lorentz force is QVB into L. Since EMF is the work done per unit charge. Now EMF, definition of the EMF is the work done per unit charge. So EMF is equal to work done divided by charge. The work done is QVBL and that is W and divided by Q. So Q will be cancelled. So it is BLV. So work done is, EMF induces BL. Example 6.6. A metallic rod of 1 meter length is rotated with a frequency of 50 revolutions per second, with one end hinged at the circular metallic ring. One end is hinged at the circular metal. This is a circular metallic disc. One end is hinged here at the center. Other end at the circumference. Other end, this Q end is at the circumference. O end is at the center. Circumference of a circular metallic ring of radius 1 meter. This radius of this ring is 1 meter. R is equal to 1 meter. about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular in the plane of the ring. A constant and the uniform magnetic field 1 Tesla parallel to the axis is present everywhere, that is, which is parallel to the axis, correct. So, axis is like this, suppose, then it is right angle to the plane of the ring. What is the EMF between the center and the metallic ring? Between the center, this one, and metallic ring, there is a correct. The magnitude of the EMF generated across the length dr of the rod as it moves at a right angle to the magnetic field B. We know that due to the Lorentz force, the electrons will move toward the Q and the positive charges will be toward the center. This will happen, this will continue till this electric field balances the magnetic Lorentz force. Correct? So, the magnitude of the EMF generated across the length, because this is positively charged and this is negatively charged, so EMF is introduced between these two. As it moves at a right angle to the magnetic field B is given by dE is equal to BV dr. You know the BVL, instead of L here it is R. Suppose for the small portion of the rod, say D into small r, the EMF is say dE, then dE is equal to BV dr. Hence, the total EMF can be calculated by integrating the equation. So, E is equal to integration of dE, that is from 0 to integration 0 to r BV dr. So, 0 to r V is equal to r omega, correct. V is the linear velocity, omega is the angular velocity, the angular velocity into radius BV r dr, that is equal to, now these are constant BV and r is variable, small r is variable up to r, that is B omega r square by 2, that r, the integration of r is r square by 2, and then introduce the value r is r square by 2, instead of r you introduce the upper suffix. I have eliminated one step, you know, being a 12th class student. So, EMF generated is half into, well, B 1 Tesla omega is equal to 2 pi upon t, t is the time period, correct, is the angular velocity. If theta is 2 pi, then time is the time period, that is time taken for one revolution, and one revolution the angle described is 2 pi radian. We know what is this angle described in one revolution, this angle is theta is equal to 2 pi, correct, and time taken for one revolution is time period t. So, angle is 2 pi, if theta is 2 pi, time t is time period t. So, 2 pi upon t, that is 1 upon t is frequency 2 pi nu, frequency is given. So, 2 pi into frequency 50 into radius is 1 meter, that is 1 square, that comes about 157 volt. There is another method. We know that induced EMF is generated due to the change in area also. So, as it rotates, the area changes, and EMF is given by the equation, the area of the OPQ will change, that is equal to B into A is the area. So, area is equal to, the whole area of the ring is 2 pi, is pi r square, area of the circle, we know. If angle described is theta, correct, then the total area, the area in the area cover when the angle theta is described while rotating. So, pi r square into theta upon 2 pi. So, pi r square is the area it describes when angle is 2 pi. So, when angle is theta, what is the area? That is pi r square into theta upon 2 pi, that is equal to half r square theta. So, induced EMF, this is the area A. Now, induced EMF we know is equal to B dot A. This is a right angle parallel, that is a magnetic field is parallel to the axis, is normal to the ring, and that is correct. So, angle is 0. So, B A, and that is equal to B d by dt of area, that is half r square theta. So, variable quantity is only theta, r is constant. So, half b r square is taken common, d theta by dt, and d theta by dt is omega, angular velocity, is the rate of change of angular displacement. So, if angular displacement d theta in dt time, the angular velocity is d theta by dt, correct. So, d theta by dt is omega, and omega is 2 pi r. So, 2 pi r is omega. Again use the equation, correct, this one half b r square, half b r square omega. So, b half into b 1 Tesla, r is 1 radius, 1 square, that is 1, and omega is 2 pi nu, that is 2 pi into 50. Again the answer is this.